Treat it like
there we go.
you gotta treat it like a slam display. Fist first.
Alright, so we're
We are Days of Ruins.
We are the Days of Ruins.
Yes.
Is.
So we're starting a video series about our band and like what we're going through and things that we faced over the years and how we are proceeding to go forward through all of those
You think this is going to be
trials.
on there?
Huh?
Do you think it's flopping?
Probably, yeah. No, we don't have a script. We have an outline of exactly what we want to talk about so that we can stay on topic.
I can get a tag and put that on the wall on the unpainted.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
No, actually, that wall is painted.
Yeah.
This one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The non-newly painted one.
They're all newly painted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're fine with this.
So anyway, we have set up our recording studio in my house in a room. So anyway, we are Day of Ruin. We are from the southern Indiana, northern Kentucky area. I'm Terry.
I am Mike.
Mike is the fluffer.
Yes.
Kyle's fluffer.
And you are?
Oh, I'm Jordan. If I'm Jordan, I'm the guitar player.
He likes turtles.
Right, Jordan likes turtles. So I do vocals for Day of Ruin. Mike is doing a lot more than just guitar.
He's also the drummer.
Yeah, I make sure that the drummer and the bass player are there for practice, every practice. I make sure that they're there for all the shows.
Yeah.
And I guess going forward, I'm the bass player too.
Yeah. I think we all have multiple roles within this project. And we'll talk about how we've gotten to this point as well. Jordan and I.
That's my touchy thing.
Jordan and I have been making music together for about 17, almost 20 years. Yeah, almost 20 years. I met him when I was 18, and 18 or 19, and we were in a band together then. And he and I have done this on and off the entire time. I've been in a couple of other projects, and so has he. But throughout the entire time, it's been basically us with a revolving door of other people playing different roles in our projects. We've had multiple drummers, bassists, other guitarists, and it always seems like something always happens where someone can't fully commit, or someone can no longer fulfill their commitment, or life happens.
Yeah. Well, their priorities aren't. They either become not playing music or not being in a band. Something,
Right.
Love life, career.
Priorities change.
Priorities change, so they end up leaving, and we end up starting all over every single time.
Yeah, we always end up starting over from scratch every time we have a change up of membership, and that's something that's, in my opinion, has held us back from putting out new material and everything else. Because whenever you have somebody leave and you bring someone else in, you have to find someone who is a good fit for the mix of people, and you also have to get them up to speed on everything, because most people, what we have found in this area is that most people, they're not going to just learn the music that you already have. They want it taught to them, and it's difficult to find somebody around here.
Or they just want to add some random wankery over what you've already got.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your history like?
Random wankery.
I went to high school, started playing guitar in Kentucky, then I moved to Washington State, started playing with some band over there, got signed with a small label, then I moved to Kansas City, went to the band called Wrath of the Fallen. Um, Started getting more into extreme metal, at least when it came to original stuff, and then came here to try to find some bands, some original acts. I was looking for a guitarist or a bass player. I couldn't find one, so I started Deviants, and there was some name issues, and around that time, these guys were looking for a new guitarist. I think they took kind of like a break and then kind of relaunched, wanted to get some new tunes out there, wanted to get some good shows out there, and about that time they were looking for a guitarist.
So, what was your experience with when you were playing as Deviants? What about your other bandmates?
Well, there were no other bandmates. And Deviants, when it came to Project Fallen, it's kind of hard to get shows with them, but it was, I've had a pretty good experience with bands mostly. Some of the bands that I prop up still that I'm not in, I've had a good experience with.
So, before this, you were playing as a solo artist. You were writing all of the other musical parts, and you were playing live guitar and doing live vocals to a backing track.
Yes, I would write out the drums, the bass, guitars, all that stuff. Even some orchestral instruments, be it melodic instruments or percussive instruments. And I would use a backing track with a real real drum or sample drum and a real bass and a few guitar parts here and there and some orchestral instruments. And that's kind of what we're looking at doing with this sample drums.
Yeah. Jordan and I have always wanted to tour, and we got a taste of that just a while back, and it was different. It was somewhat enjoyable. Some parts of it were enjoyable, and some parts were not necessarily so enjoyable.
Yeah.
But
we also found out very quickly who was committed and who wasn't.
Yeah.
You can say things, but your actions speak louder than words.
And that's not a dig on anybody. That's just a fact that some people, we had a couple people that just were not cut out for it, and it wasn't for them.
Talented guys.
Very talented. And they left us shortly after. Now, that's actually what led us to deciding to continue as a three-piece, because we have the capability to record all of our own music, and we have the capability to play to a backing track and create those backing tracks that we can play live to. So we have come to the conclusion that we don't necessarily need a live drummer or a live bassist.
Kudos to our camera guy, Kyle.
Yes, our camera guy, Kyle, that you can't see here in the corner.
Yeah.
He's manning
the play button.
Yes.
It's a hard angle for him. But.
So our approach to writing music is going to change a little bit, because before it was mostly centered around everything being done live in a practice session, and typically Jordan would come up with a riff that he liked. He would bring it to the rest of us on days that we could all get together, which was few and far between. He would bring it to the rest of the group, and we would check it out and decide if we liked it and if we wanted to make any changes to it. And we just build a song from there in a live setting. But now
we were basically, throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks.
Yeah, we were just jamming on stuff.
At 2 hours a week, you can't make any progress that way.
Well, at 2 hours a week, maybe twice a month, and that's because we had 5 people who were, who all had different schedules, and were trying to make things work to get together, different lives.
And most of that time, you're probably trying to remember what you did last practice.
Yeah, because there was no recording aspect to it. But now, all of our music that we make, all of our writing processes and everything are going to be more centered around recording. We all have capability to record away from the setting of the group, so that'll make things a lot easier for us. I think it will make progress a someone will basically just come up with an idea. They'll record that idea, and we can send that to each other throughout the week whenever we're not getting together.
And someone else can expand on that same idea with drums, bass, or another layer of guitar.
Dissonance.
So what exactly are we using for drums? How are we writing and recording drums?
Right now I'm looking at writing everything out on Guitar Pro, starting with the what I like to do as the main, I guess, focus point, and then let the drums kind of react to that. The guitar, and then write the MIDI drums in Guitar Pro, then export that into Superior Drummer, and then we get together, pick out the drum tones that we want, and then throw it out into the DAW and see if it works with the guitars that we're going for and the drums that we're going for. If not, then it's a cycle.
An adjustment process.
Reacting, recording and whatnot. It's very reactive.
So we've played a couple of shows now as a three-piece, and the way that we have accomplished that is that we've taken drum recordings that we already had, and we've formulated a show track. It's one continuous track for a set with some things thrown in between each song, some cues to help us lead into those songs, and it's still a work in progress, but it's working out pretty well. The first time that we did it was a little choppy, but it went well, and the second time that we did it actually went really well, and
we had about 3 days, something like that, before the show.
Yeah.
To throw this all together.
Yeah, our drummer and bassist were unable to fulfill their commitment of the shows that we had scheduled after they decided that they were leaving us. So, but playing as a three-piece was definitely a different type of experience, playing the backing tracks. And I'd always wondered, like what you went through whenever you were on stage by yourself playing live guitar to a backing track.
Yeah. And you're always nervous that it sounds the same way on the other side.
Yeah.
Hopefully the sound guy really, emphasize the backing track.
And that's one of the things about this last show that we played. We had a really, really good sound guy. So that helped it along quite a bit.
Shout out to Mike.
Yeah, shout out to Mike Taylor on that one.
Thank you.
So the question that we're asking ourselves right now is where are we stylistically and where are we headed?
Okay.
That's a good question.
So we're gonna kind of debate this here on the video.
Because if we look at past history of Day of Ruin, there's if we have to put labels on things, there's a little bit of thrash, there's a little bit of hard rock,
Groove.
a little bit of groove.
Legend.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Metalcore.
I hit a couple of open strings, but you're definitely more from like the progressive side of things, and I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what that is.
Well, you're from more of a rock background, I think.
Yeah.
Are you like more 90s rock, or what are we talking about? Rock wise.
Everything. Except I don't really do like heavy metal like Five Finger Death Punch or Korn. But
Death metal.
yeah, death metal.
Death metal like Five Finger Death Punch.
Well, a lot of my influences. We can talk about my guitar influences. Probably one of the biggest ever is going to be, Dave Mustaine, Mark Tremonti, John Conley, and Clint Lowry. Like those are like my huge influences. Jerry Cantrell. Those are a lot of blues influenced rock guitarists right there. So, like that's kind of where I come from. I'm more of that 4/4-ish pentatonic kind of player.
And contrast that with my influences.
Yeah.
And Christian Munzner. He played with Obscura, Necrophagus, Spawn Possession. He also has, I think, one or two solo albums out. Django Reinhardt, jazz guitarist from like the 1930s, 1910. Joe Pass, who we were listening to earlier. You know, I listen to more neoclassical. When I focus more on guitar, neoclassical and jazz type stuff. Very progressive stuff.
But here's the funny part. Whenever I look at drums, I like the faster, more aggressive drummers. You know, like Tim Young.
Tim Young's a phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, Tim Young's a phenomenal drummer. You look at people like Nick Barker. You know, a lot of the bands that he played in, I don't care about, but I love his drumming. You know, so I like that, the faster drumming. You know, more paced kind of stuff.
So very simple but fast drumming, very aggressive, or would you say, I guess, something else?
I would say more aggressive, more straightforward.
Okay.
And as for myself, the some of my favorite vocalists actually, Jordan's not a fan of a couple of them because some of the stuff that I listen to is it's very different from what either of these guys are into. One of my favorite vocalists is the late World Dane, who was the singer for Sanctuary and Nevermore. And
I disagree with your claim. I like Nevermore.
well, I like Nevermore too, obviously, but Jordan's not a Nevermore fan. Jordan is, however,
I like the covers of their songs better than I do theirs.
and I'm the opposite. But Matt Barlow is another one of my favorite vocalists.
I like him.
Ice Earth, Pyramids. There's a couple other bands that he's been in. I can't think of the names right off the top of my head.
Do you like him more than Stu?
I like Stu.
I like Stu a lot. My favorite vocalist for that band is probably Matt Barlow. Don't get me wrong, I do like Stu Block and love Into Eternity, and Ice Earth's been one of my favorite bands for years and years and years. But yeah.
See, it's getting muddy because I like a lot of these bands.
Yeah.
Like Into Eternity, Ashes of the Wake is like one of my favorite albums ever.
No, it's a fantastic album. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean that's just a couple of influences from me. So
that is one of their albums, right?
Ashes of the Wake.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Or is that could be Lamb of God album? I don't know.
That's a question.
We're probably gonna have to edit this out. I'll look that up. Look, yeah, go ahead and look it up right now. Make sure so you can. One of my favorite albums by this band is an album they didn't make.
By another band.
Dude, I think Ashes of the Wake is Lamb of God.
I think so too. They're very, very close names. I have it on my phone.
Let's say,
Yes, Lamb of God.
It's the Lamb of God album, yeah.
Nevermore's third album, Raining Blood, was pretty good.
right.
Nevermore's third album.
So what we're hoping to do here with these videos is just kind of put together a little bit of a documentary type series.
The Scattering of Ashes.
The Scattering of Ashes. Yes,
But we didn't answer that question. What are we? Genre, stylistic.
Right, and what are we currently and where are we headed?
Yeah, Terry. If you had to guess.
I'm just a cheerleader, man. I don't know.
Ultimately,
Proactive.
my goal is to not sound like shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's our goal as a whole is to not sound like shit, but
is that based on what you perceive as shit or what someone else perceives?
It's definitely based on what I perceive as shit. Yes, because I don't know what your versions of shit is.
I don't see how you're gonna sound like shit though. If you control how you sound.
right.
I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about as a group.
Oh, you don't want me to sound like shit?
Yeah.
Right, that's like when I'm recording vocals, I want you all to be here for the final tracking because
Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I hope Mike sounds like shit.
I'm gonna make it my goal to make him sound like shit today.
Yes, I will play a wrong chord to make his sound wrong.
That's what you do.
It is?
No, I'm playing key though. But.
Right.
So are we prog? Are we not prog? Are we hard rock? Are we
I
metal?
think that we're probably moving toward I think that we're moving in a progressive direction.
So we're like a flaccid prog?
Flaccid prog is probably.
Are we flaccid metal? Are we metal? Are we hard rock?
Flaccid frog?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
we're not.
flaccid.
We're not like extreme death metal or anything.
Yeah, sure.
But I think that we fall into the realm of metal at least.
So like All That Remains? Are they metal?
Are they metal? I mean, they used to be.
They used to be.
So they kind of go
Those
hard
last
rock
two
metal.
albums were shit.
I haven't listened to anything since.
I think those last two albums were admittedly shit too.
You're better off. I mean, whenever you tell everybody that the good album sounded like shit, and you're excited about the one that actually does sound like shit,
Yeah.
you're going the wrong direction.
So they're kind of hard rock and metal, right?
I think that they've moved that direction. Yeah, they're more of a hard rock and metal
Maybe now.
type of band. I think.
So
I think
would
they're trying to
we
be
be similar to that?
bunch.
Where we can
No.
kind of fit both categories? No. We're not.
I honestly don't care if we're categorized.
Yeah, well, I think that ultimately it's going to be categorized regardless of whether or not we want.
Oh,
it to be.
somebody will.
So some of our music will probably sound more like one genre or category of music compared to songs sounding like something else, depending on what all we end up doing with them.
Yeah.
But now where we're planning to play to a backing track, we can pretty much incorporate whatever we want to into that. The orchestral stuff or different instruments that.
I think what's exciting for me is I get to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've been, it takes me ever to do it, but I'm doing a lot of stuff that I've never done before. And I've always been, and maybe it's an old school thinking of kind of your like I do from Canada that does videos, the SMG dude.
Oh, Glenn.
Yeah. Like he's an audio guy, right? He doesn't mess with like programmed stuff. He admittedly says that. Like whenever he records his tracks and stuff, he hires musicians to play it. So I've always been that kind of person. Like I want to get somebody to play this. And coming from a different direction, it's going to be new for me.
It's going to be a big change, not relying on someone else to play the instruments for us. One of the things that we're going to work toward doing is more embracing the online realm of music, which again, that's one of the reasons why we're making this series of videos on our project. It's more like a docu-series, like a documentary series on how we're moving forward as a three-piece without a drummer and without a bassist.
Jordan?
No, I'm the bassist.
Can you explain to those who don't know what the internet is?
The internet is where Mike lives.
Yeah.
Especially with memes and Facebook.
But I have a couple of other YouTube channels myself that I'm building up.
I didn't know.
And I have a channel where I shoot guns and talk about politics and stuff, and I have a channel where I do toy reviews with action figures. And this is a natural progression to really get the music incorporated into that, the music aspect of it, and build up that channel as well. So I think online, YouTube, and other online resources are where the realm of independent musicians is headed.
What do you
It's
think?
already there.
What do you think the main sites are, the main sources?
Well, right now the main source is YouTube, Facebook, and any other any other social media outlet where bands can upload videos.
Like Tumblr.
I'm not familiar with Tumblr.
I'm not either.
Is that like Grindr?
I don't know what Grindr is.
You know, maybe we should make a Tinder profile.
No, Tinder or Tumblr? Are they the same thing?
Are they?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
No, they're not. They're not the same at all.
Are they similar?
Tinder and Grindr or Tumblr and
Tumblr.
Tumblr? It's like a photo sharing site or some shit.
Right.
No, they're-
We have an Instagram. That's a photo sharing social media platform.
You had anybody sliding in your DM?
Yes, all the time. It's usually
Share your pictures with them?
I did.
DM, is that digital messaging?
It's usually for action
Is
figures.
it?
I thought it was direct message.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on track.
So an email would be indirect message?
Hey.
IM? You IM me?
Kyle, I appreciate you correcting us there.
Thank you, Kyle.
You could have done that for that Lamb of God album I got wrong earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to watch you struggle for a minute.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, we're going to be uploading a lot more content to YouTube and the social media platforms. We're trying to become more content creator oriented with our music.
Do we have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else that we're going to be focusing on?
I think those three are going to be the main focuses right now.
What about selling music? SoundCloud and Bandcamp,
Oh, okay,
big ones,
yeah.
iTunes.
SoundCloud, Bandcamp.
Become SoundCloud rappers.
Yes, we're going to become a SoundCloud rapping trio.
Progressive new metal. That's what
Right.
we're going for.
We're also going to do, for this next EP, I don't know if I should say it. 8.
What?
We're going to do an 8-bit version.
Oh!
Throw it up on MySpace.
Yes, we're planning on an 8-bit version of at least a couple songs from this next EP, which is entitled 5V, the Roman numeral V. But yeah, we'll do an 8-bit version, and I'm not gonna say what we're gonna do with my vocals yet, but we have some ideas.
Jordan, turn them down in the mix.
Jordan mixed the last one. I get to mix this new one.
Mhm.
It should be fun.
And we've already started recording this next EP as a 3-piece. We have 2 songs that are started. The drums are pretty solid on one of the songs, and
Not so solid.
not so solid on the second one that we started working on. But this will be a compilation of 4 songs with all sampled drums and.
It's going to be a compilation.
Mhm.
So, what do you mean by compilation?
A compilation of a collaborative work between. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this will be the first album that we put out that incorporates the sampled drums and one of these guys playing bass. And
In terms of the sample drums, we're also going to we're going to sample and redo all the other drums
on the older songs.
for live performances so that they're breaking consistent throughout our live sets.
Yeah, we're probably not going to release those as like download or anything, but it definitely will help out our live performances for consistency to have all the drums be sampled and sound the same.
Yeah, I mean the current track that we're using, they're all from different EPs, different albums.
Yeah, and like different people.
Yeah, recorded by different people, mixed by different people.
So they sound way different.
Yeah.
A lot of variation.
So, that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to is having that as a live track and building that up. Right now, we've sampled some of the stuff that's in between songs, but I think that we're going to go ahead and make some little short tracks to go between each song that'll be done by us. So,
Yeah. So I'll tell you what I'm excited about is now that hopefully we're all on the same page. I don't know if any of you guys plan on taking a break. But is like the ability to actually go out and do like some small tours.
Yeah, small tours, extended weekends, and maybe even take like a week to go out.
So anybody that's watching us, if you keep track of what we're doing, we're actually looking to do some like a 2 week stint in early spring, around the spring break.
Somewhere around there, yeah, a week to 2 weeks, depending on some personal life events happening, some just life happening in general.
We're looking at Mike because it's his life event.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell the world though.
Right. So, but anyway, spring, that schedule may change a little bit, but we are looking to get out and do some more miniature tours and meet some new people, meet some new bands, and have a lot of fun.
Yep, it's gonna be a shit of a time.
Yes. All right, guys, we're Day of Ruin, and I hope that you'll follow our video series and keep up on what we're doing as a band. And we look forward to putting out some new music and getting all you guys involved in our YouTube channel. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.